Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einem neuen Video von mir. Wie ihr das schon in der Unterschrift lesen könnt, geht es heute um Brandon Sanderson. Ich hatte die große Ehre, ich durfte Brandon Sanderson treffen und interviewen, mein zweites Interview. Und es war so toll. Er ist ein so netter und lieber Mensch einfach. Aber ihr seht gleich nicht nur das Interview im Anschluss, nein, ihr seht auch noch andere Leser. Denn ich habe auf der Lesung einfach mal rumgefragt und unter meinen Freunden, wie sie auf Brandon Sanderson gekommen sind, was sie bisher gelesen haben. Also es ist ein buntes Potpourri an Eindrücken und ich persönlich kann nur sagen, dass es definitiv der schönste Tag des Jahres jetzt schon einfach war und ich war so glücklich und bin es bis jetzt noch. Also wenn ich nur daran denke, macht es mich glücklich und ich wünsche euch viel Spaß bei dem Video und tschüss! So, first of all, hello and nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So, my first question is, how are you doing?
I am doing great. I've adapted, the jet lag is done, so I'm enjoying myself and enjoying Germany.
And how is it to travel around and meeting readers from different places and different countries?
It's a lot of fun. I like how books bring people together and you find, people who love fantasy wherever you go.
And is there a difference between the readers, like different from Spain or from America, or?
Of course there are differences, but I think the fact that we love the same types of books actually makes us more similar than our differences make us different. Everywhere I've gone, I can chat with people about, their favorite Marvel movie or what they thought of the Lord of the Rings versus the Hobbit movies, stuff like that. We're all fans, and so, yeah.
Did you see something from Germany or just the little stops at the bookstores?
I, in Berlin, had time to go to the museum.
Oh, okay.
And I saw the gate of, the big blue gate. Yes.
Pergamon.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fantastic. It's beautiful.
Yeah. And I have a day when I go back to Berlin before I fly out, and we're going to go see the National Gallery and see a bunch
of new one or the old
art. What's that? I don't know. Okay. My art director, Isaac, is here with me. He does all the maps and things, and I let him just kind of decide which museums to take me to, because he loves museums.
Both are gorgeous, so. And first of all, what could we expect from Bring Up Part 2? Like, it's called Splitter der Macht.
Yes. So the Stormlight Archive is my big epic, and each of the books are pretty enormous.
Yeah, I know.
This is the series where it's like the series of my heart, right? Okay. It's the one I've always wanted to do. I started with a book called Elantris and a trilogy called Misthorn, and these were kind of my ways to introduce myself to readers. Because they are much easier to get into, but this is the series that I love big, epic fantasy, long series, intricate world building, and with the books, with the Stormlight Archive, each book focuses on a character. There's 10 main characters, and each book focuses on one, and this is the second half of Dalinar's story. Dalinar is a repentant warlord, I like to say. He's based off of some Mongolian generals that I really find interesting during the great conquests back in the Middle Ages. The idea of someone who was this really kind of military genius, but also not a nice person, who, as he's aged, has started to realize he wants to build something rather than just be about tearing things down, and it's kind of flashbacks to his past, contrasting with his future, and can he forgive himself for the terrible things he did? Should he be able to? What is the nature of becoming a different person? That sort of thing. All wrapped up in a story about ancient orders of knights that are returning, and the end of the world, and all that good epic fantasy stuff.
So 10 books, are you planned all the plots till the end, or?
I do. I'm in our, so George R. Martin, he talks about authors falling into two groups. Okay. One group he calls gardeners, and that's what he is. That's what Stephen King is. They explore a story as they go and figure out where it goes. There's another group called architects, and I'm an architect. Oh. I have to know where I'm going when I start a story. It's essential that I have a direction. And so all 10 books I plotted out before I started. Obviously, every book I write, I make big changes to what I had planned out because the characters have become different people and the themes have developed and I know much better what to do. But I do have a pretty nice outline for where I'm going for the whole thing. So yeah, it will be 2 5-book arcs.
Okay.
So the idea is that we will get to the end of book 5. The original. This in Germany we split them each in 2 pieces.
So 10 books.
Yeah. So there'll be end of 2 10-book arcs in Germany. But the idea being that we'll get an ending, but then we'll come back to it a little later.
Okay, so it's in the same universe, it's the same
It's the same characters. So it'll be about 10 years later when I start book 6. If you've read these books, there's a character named Lift. When she's an adult, book 6 is about her. And Renarin is one of the main characters for that that second sequence of 5. And people who are in these ones that survive, they'll be in the next ones too.
So Liv getting grown up, which is good news.
Yes.
Or special news, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she didn't think she was going to be growing up, and something has gone wrong with her wish to not age, because she is growing up and she is not happy about it. I think in the fall, Heyne is going to release Edge Dancer, which is a short novella just about Lift. And that one's been out in the States for a couple of years, and it'll come out here.
I read this before,
yeah.
So, other question, in which Night Radiant would you be in?
I think I would choose Windrunner, but I don't think I would be one. I would probably be a Bondsmith.
Okay.
That matches my personality and temperament the best, but there's only 3 of those ever, so I don't know if I'd be lucky enough to get one of those slots.
And it's Pleasure the Architect vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
So, do you have a favorite character of all these?
You know, I don't. My characters are like my children. I try not to play favorites.
Okay. Do you have someone who you don't like? So.
You know, whenever I'm writing a character, that character has to be my favorite for the time I'm writing them, right? Because I can't afford to have readers read someone and be like, oh, he just was not into this viewpoint, he doesn't like it. I can say for Wheel of Time, which I finished for Robert Jordan, because I had favorites as a reader. You know, Perrin was always my favorite in that series, and Cadsuane was always my least favorite. But that was when I was a fan. As a writer, you can't afford to play favorites.
So you don't have bad feelings for like Odium or someone like that?
No. When I write someone's viewpoint, I have to see the world the way they do. That's the goal.
That's amazing. So, what would happen if a character of the Mistborn series meets someone of the Stormlight Archives? So.
It depends on the character, honestly. Depends on you know, some of them I think would get along really well. I think Wayne would like to take Lift out drinking, which would not be legal. But I think that, for instance, there are a lot of people that Kelsier would get along with very poorly. And it just depends. And the magic systems wise, the magics work in kind of different ways, and so a lot of things would be dependent on circumstances.
Yeah, I get that, because I'm reading the Mistborn series right now, so...
Oh, okay.
And I finished the book, I think 2 days before this, the German one, the English one we read before, so that's my book, and all
that is well annotated.
Yeah, every color is for a different character, and it's perfect quote, so...
Oh.
Yeah. So... When you could live in the Stormlight Archives just for one day, not just for just for one day, what would you do? Like enjoy some stew from Rock, or I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I don't like seafood, and they put seafood in everything. I do like spicy food, so I might be okay with the food. I think I would like to go see the Shattered Plains. I based them a little bit off of some chasms I saw in southern Utah. If people want to look up Little Wild Horse Canyon or things like that, where the inspiration, some Zion National Park in Utah has some really cool slot canyons. But I'd like to see what it actually looked like if I were in Roshar.
So what would you do, like, I don't know?
Go hiking. Hiking? Not during a storm.
Okay.
Yes, far from a storm.
So if one of the characters from the Stormlight Archive would be like in this world, I don't know, like Adeline or someone.
Yes.
Would they read, or would they enjoy some TV show, and what would they watch? So.
Well, Adeline wouldn't read because being a guy. I think he would be very fascinated by television, and he would probably want to go shopping. Would be my guess.
Okay.
Yes.
I could imagine him in like some TV show like The Bachelor or something.
Oh yes, he'd be fun on The Bachelor.
And like Shalan would probably read, I guess.
Yes, yeah, or go play with like VR and things like that. I could see her having a good time with that.
I guess so. So how's Grill Cat?
How's what?
Grill Cat, your cat. How's she doing?
Oh, Grill Cat. Grill Cat is doing very well. We call her Closet Cat now.
Closet Cat.
Yes, because she's moved into the closet. She is very affectionate with my wife. She tolerates me.
Okay.
She has been socialized pretty well. We started bringing over my sister-in-law's kitten to play with her, so she would have someone to socialize her. And she's done very well for a feral cat. Adopted, and she was like 8 months old when she was adopted, which is pretty old for a feral. She's done very well considering that. So.
Oh, that's cute. So you're planning, you're writing book, I guess, 4 right now?
I am, yep.
And we know that there are some different characters in that. Could you give us a hint or something like that?
Well, book 4 is going to focus on Esh and I. Flashbacks, which is very, not giving spoilers, it's going to be very different style of flashback from other ones, and a lot of focus on Venli, her sister, who's kind of in the core of the among the the Voidbringers and whatnot, however you want to call them. That term is very hard to use correctly, so I don't even really use it in the book much anymore. But yeah, it's going to kind of deal with these ideas and what they want and what the fused are and things like that.
Yeah, and I know I read that the next book will be about that. And he's one of my favorite characters, so I'm just voting for him and just waiting to read this book, but it will be published, I guess, years from now?
Probably a year from this Christmas would be my guess. So,
so we have to wait.
Like 18, 19 months, yeah.
That's a long time.
They're big books, take a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine. So do you write it like every day, or?
I write every day. I'm a very slow and steady writer. And generally with a Stormlight Archive book, I'll pick a character, kind of write their viewpoints for a while, and get a good chunk of them, and then I'll jump back and write some more.
So, do you write when you're traveling?
I do, but usually only on the plane flight there and back. While I'm going town to town to town. If I have a nice train ride, I'll write on the train. Writing on airplanes is just hard and annoying, so.
I can get that. Get your inspiration from your traveling?
Definitely. That's part of why I like to travel. Visit museums, visit parks, see different things.
That's amazing. I guess we are at the end of the time, of our time, end of the 20 minutes. So I would say thank you for the interview.
It is my pleasure. When this goes up, make sure that you you send a link to us so that we know what to publicize it. And thank you everybody who watched the interview. I hope you enjoy the books.
And we will meet us later, I guess, because I'm at the event too.
Excellent. We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Also erstmal, wie heißt du?
Barbara.
Barbara. Du liest Brandon Sanderson schon wie lange?
Keine Ahnung, seit ein paar Jahren. Seit irgendwann jemand das erste Buch von irgendwas davon geliehen hat. Ich glaube, es war Elantris.
Okay, also hast du direkt mit dem ersten angefangen?
Ich glaube schon, ja.
Und hast du schon alle Bücher gelesen? Oder?
Alle, von denen ich weiß, bis auf die Alcatraz-Reihe.
Und dein letztes Buch, was du von ihm gelesen hast?
Der dritte von der Sturmlicht-Archiven. Genau.
Und hat er dir gefallen?
Ja. Ja.
Hast du einen Lieblingscharakter von all seinen Charakteren?
Oh, das ist schwierig. Ha. Ich mochte tatsächlich die Hauptcharakterin aus diesem hier ganz gerne.
Okay.
Wo mir jetzt gerade auffällt, das habe ich noch danach gelesen. Aber eigentlich sind die Charaktere immer ganz cool.
Verbindest du was speziell mit ihm?
Nicht Also ich finde, dass dieses Konzept dieses übergreifenden Epics ziemlich cool. Wobei man das vermutlich bei jedem anderen Autor Bauchschmerzen bereiten würde, eine Buchreihe mit 36 Büchern anzufangen, von der man nie weiß, ob sie fertig wird. Aber wenn es dann da irgendwie einen Autor gibt, bei dem man, glaube ich, darauf vertrauen kann, dass es was wird, ist es Brandon Sanderson.
Dankeschön. Wie heißt du? Einfach Vorname reicht.
Sarah.
Sarah, du kennst Brandon Sandersons Bücher?
Ja.
Wann hast du angefangen, sie zu lesen?
Ich glaube, vor 6, 7 Jahren ungefähr, da habe ich Mistborn, Elantris sogar als erstes gelesen.
Als erstes.
Und dann kamen die anderen nach und nach dazu.
Und du bist begeistert?
Ja, also ich finde die wirklich richtig gut. Also das letzte Buch fand ich sogar noch zu kurz. So ein paar 100 Seiten mehr, nicht geschafft.
Gibt es irgendwas Besonderes, was du mit ihm verbindest?
Ja, ich finde einfach die Fantasy-Welten, die er aufbaut, so gut. Ich finde einfach das Worldbuilding richtig gut und da können andere Autoren nicht mithalten, deswegen komme ich da immer wieder drauf zurück.
Wie heißt du?
Hi, ich heiße Claudia.
Du kennst Brandon Sandersons Bücher schon wie lange?
Ich glaube seit 3, 4 Jahren habe ich angefangen. Ich glaube Elantris war tatsächlich das erste, was ich gelesen habe.
Also die richtige rein.
Ja, und dann Mistborn und dann tatsächlich die Sturmlichtchroniken. Obwohl die sind die besten, wenn ich ehrlich bin.
Gibt es etwas, was du speziell mit Brandon Sanderson verbindest?
Vor allem die Sturmlichtchroniken von dem ersten Teil, The Way of Kings, habe ich gelesen, als ich das erste Mal so in meine richtig krasse Depressionsphase reingekommen bin. Und zu sehen, wie Kanadin damit umgegangen ist und das zu sehen, so, hey, irgendwer anders hat das geschafft, damit umzugehen, dann kann ich das wahrscheinlich auch. Das finde ich das war einer der großartigen Dinge in den Büchern.
Dankeschön.
Alexei.
Okay, seit wann kennt ihr Brandon Sanderson, also die Bücher?
Seit einem Jahr.
Ja, genau.
Noch nicht so lange.
Das war das erste, was ihr gelesen habt?
Mistborn.
Und verbindet ihr irgendwas Bestimmtes mit Brandon Sanderson?
Worldbuilding, Fantasy, Creative Writing, wo man irgendwie Bücher schreiben kann. Also ich habe auch die Classes mir angeschaut, alle bei YouTube ganz viel gelesen, Podcast, also solche Sachen.
Ja, so eine kreativere Fantasy, ne? Mit irgendwie interessantem Magiesystem, neuen Ansätzen, so, wo man dann, was man noch nicht gelesen hat in der Form. Also das ist so das Schöne.
Dann danke ich euch.
Frank Röhr.
Seit wann kennst du die Bücher von Brandon Sanderson?
Jetzt muss ich nachdenken. Ich habe das erste, was ich gelesen habe, war in der George Martin Collection. Das war diese Geschichte im Wald mit den Frauen. Ich glaube, in Dangerous Woman war das. Ganz ehrlich, ich weiß nicht, wann es rausgekommen ist und dann habe ich Elantris gelesen. Ich glaube 2012, 2000, aber das will ich echt nicht beschwören.
Also auch schon richtig lange Fan.
Ist schon eine Weile her, ja. Also ich habe auch so ungefähr alles gelesen, außer den Wheel of Time Sachen, weil dafür muss ich erst so viel Robert Jordan lesen.
Also bist du auch schon seitdem Fan?
Ja, definitiv. Ja.
Gibt es etwas, was du speziell mit Brandon Sanderson verbindest?
Ganz viel. Also ich schreibe selber und habe jetzt auch alle Folgen von Writing Excuses gehört. Da sind natürlich noch ein paar andere bei, aber er ist da natürlich schon die Hauptperson mit, zumindest. Ich bewundere die Art und Weise, wie er das, die Quantität und dabei Qualität, also beides auf einem unglaublich hohen Niveau. Und ich finde einfach diese Idee mit dem Cosmi und diese ganzen Verflechtungen, ich finde daran so vieles so unglaublich cool. Ja, finde ich total toll. Ja, also, das ist ein bisschen komisch. Ich denke immer so, wenn ich so schreibe, das ist so eins von meinen großen Vorbildern. Ich finde es total lustig, weil er ist jünger als ich. Aber egal. Macht ja nichts.
Danke dir, das war's schon.
Achso, alles klar. Okay.
Mich an ihrem Brandon Sanderson Tag via WhatsApp und Telefon mitgenommen. Ich durfte live miterleben, was passiert ist und es war wundervoll. Wir haben nach dem Interview eine halbe Stunde lang telefoniert und gefangirlt, weil es einfach so intensiv und so wunderschön war. Ich danke ihr sehr dafür, weil ich mag Brandon Sanderson sehr, sehr, sehr gerne und es war einfach ein sehr intensives Erlebnis, selbst wenn ich nicht persönlich anwesend war, aber es war großartig. Und da hat sie auch gefragt, ob ich ihr nicht so ein kleines Interview, wie sie mit Leuten vor Ort geführt habe, geben würde. Das mache ich jetzt. Also meine Reise mit Brandon Sanderson ist erst relativ kurz, würde ich sagen. Ich habe vor einigen Jahren erst angefangen, da ich sehr lange Zeit keinen Bezug zu High Fantasy gefunden habe und nur Urban Fantasy und Thriller gelesen habe. Dann hat mir aber eine Freundin die Mistborn-Reihe empfohlen und was soll ich sagen, Liebe auf den ersten Blick, denn die Reihe ist fantastisch von Anfang bis Ende. Man kann lachen, weinen, viel weinen und man erlebt dieses Abenteuer einfach mit, als wäre man selbst dabei. Brandon Sanderson ist ein absolutes Genie. Er ist einer der Besten, meiner Meinung nach. Denn was er anfasst, wird zu Gold. Und ja, ich kann jedem nur alle Bücher von ihm empfehlen. Sie sind einfach toll.